Hi, my name is Marcelo, and in this video we will install and develop a simple RPA automation with Power Automate Desktop. So Power Automate Desktop is a low-code application from Microsoft that uses RPA to allow users to automate tasks in Windows 10. So first, let's download the Power Automate Desktop. So here, let's search for Power Automate Desktop download. Now let's click here on the first result, and now just click here on download free. It's already downloading the installation. Let's just wait a bit. The download already finished, so let's execute the installation. Now here, let's click on next. Here you can choose the path where will be installed the Power Automate. Now you need to check here this option to agree with the terms of use of Microsoft. And now let's click on install. Installation successful. Now let's launch the Power Automate desktop. Now just click on sign in, and here you need to say your email address from Microsoft. So if you don't have one Outlook account, you just need to create one. You can do it in 1 or 2 minutes from here on this URL. You can just create a free account, and so you type here your email. So after you type here your email address, click on sign in. And now here you need to say your email password and click on sign in. So now here you can see the automations that I developed already with this Microsoft account. So let's create a new project, a simple project that will open the notepad and type hello world. So to do that, let's click on new flow. So a flow, it's basically automation, a new project. And now here you need to say the flow name. So let's say first automation. And let's click on create. So after you create the flow, will appear this window, and is here where we can develop our automation. So our automation will open the notepad and type some text. So first we need to develop the automation to open the notepad. So for that, let's go to actions, and actions here is basically an action. So can be extract text, can be open browser, open applications, open Excel file. So it's basically this. So now let's search here for application. You will see the action run application. So this action opens, executes application. So let's drag it to here where we can develop our bot. And so will appear this window, and we need at least to define the property application path. So here we indicate basically what's the application that we want the automation to open. So to get the path of the notepad, let's go here to the Windows Explorer, type notepad, and now let's click here and let's click on open file location. And now here we have the notepad, so let's click on home, and now let's click on copy path, and by this way we get the full path of the notepad in our clipboard. So now let's do here Ctrl B, and now let's just delete the quotes by this way. Now here in Windows style, let's just choose the option maximizing, and now let's click on save. So at this moment, the automation should at least open the notepad. So let's test. So to run our automation, let's click here on run. And now, as you can see here, the notepad was executed, so it's working well. So now to the automation, type text on the notepad. Let's search for the action populate text. So now let's type here populate text. And now let's drag here the action populate text field in window. So let's drag it after the run application action. And so will appear this window, and first we need to say the text box where we want automation to populate text. So let's click here, and we need to indicate a new Y element. So basically we need to say the element where we want the automation to type text. So let's click here on add a new Y element, and now we have to indicate the element. So if you move the mouse, you can see here a red line that appears. So basically, let's say the Power Automate is tracking our mouse, and now we have to indicate the element. And now we indicate the element, basically pressing Ctrl plus left click. So let's do that here on this area where we can basically populate text. And so we can see here the capture Y element. So let's click on done. And now that we indicated the text box, let's say here the text that we want the automation to type on the notepad. So let's type here hello world and let's save. And now let's close our notepad and let's run our automation to see how it's working. So let's click on run. So as you can see here, the automation executed the notepad and populated the text hello world. So I hope you liked this video, and in the future you can expect for more videos related to Power Automate desktops. So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more automation tutorials. See you in the next video.